Hello Instagram followers and friends. Wanted to give you guys a quick update of our yard progress, which we are cruising and making a lot. So this is the backyard patio. So you'll remember this bed needed to be tilled and eventually will be full of lots of different perennials, but for now, since flowers are expensive, we are just doing a huge bed of a zinnia mix. So yesterday we planted just basically a whole huge bag of zinnia seeds, and then back there against the house is some balloon milkweed. So it is an annual, so it will not grow back because eventually I don't want milkweed in this bed. So for now, that's where the milkweed will live, and then all those containers and stuff are common milkweed. So we want those things to get a little bit bigger before they get planted somewhere, and they will go in a raised bed because we don't want it to spread. And then we got all this area mulched. We had 11 yards of mulch delivered. Insane. So and we still have probably about 3 yards, but and then you'll see here my pool pots are doing really good. So our gardenia tree and our lemon, and then these steel tubs are elephant ear. So we're hoping this one doesn't have any sprouts, but this one does. We've got one there. We've got one there, so that should be fun, some elephant ears. My Rex begonia are doing really good. So these leaves are weird. They're like leathery. It's kind of fun. So my mandevilla, the cannas, and then I'd have to look it up. I can't remember what this like tropical leafy kind of thing was. And then we threw some wandering Jew in there, so we'll see how that goes. These I have inside as a house plant, and they're you just give them a haircut, and then those cuttings you can just stick right in and they'll grow. So it's very prolific, easy plant to grow, and then I like it because it's got kind of that sparkly, glittery sheen on the leaves. And then I forgot to mention that the eventual plan with the short fence on this side and then on the other side is to have some arborvitae as some green privacy. We did get the fence approved on either side to be moved forward, so that was some awesome news. And then all the pool stuff is hooked up. And then this was pretty big progress back here. So we ended up renting a tiller. And I know I said eventually this whole area, but I reined in my husband into reality and said, we don't have time for that. We're end of June, we're stopping doing all of our yard work and just enjoying the summer. So we still need to bury that internet cord, so that blue conduit we'll have to cut in half and then put the internet cord inside and then bury it. So this was supposed to be a whole like Three Sisters corn, beans, squash. I said nope, we're done. We are getting some of this fence repaired too. It's leaning, so some of the posts need to be repaired. So we compromised and we tilled this little area. So this is for direct sow. This will be some large tomatoes, an artichoke, and then he said he might just throw a couple more seeds of whatever in here. And then, so we just need to, we ran out of time last night, clean up the edges and level it out, and then he'll plant in there. And then we got all the mulch in this whole area. So this is a definite learning curve for us with the hay bale gardening. So we had to amend the drip system a little bit because the plants were just not getting enough water. So we bought these little pieces here that are like a little bubbler piece, so it'll spray out all those holes. So hopefully that'll help water things a little bit more, because they just weren't getting enough water. See, like some of the Brussels sprouts are kind of sad looking, so we did buy another pack of Brussels sprouts. And oh, that was the other thing that's gonna go in there. So vegetable garden is looking good. And then this I'm really excited about. So eventually will be all a big perennial area, but for now we have, you can see a crap ton of containers of things. So I just put them in there just to have them staged in there so it looks like pretty. So we've got a rose, and we've got a lot of different kinds of milkweed, and then you can see our plumeria we did sink into the ground, into buckets. And the hydrangea, we repotted my tuberose. The lamb's ear is a little sad. We trimmed it back and stuff, so we'll see if that comes back or not. But this is mostly milkweed. That right there is rue. And then these are the plants and stuff that will get planted out in that direct sow area. And then these pots of tomatoes will get moved out there also. And then we did leave some tomatoes close to the house. And then those really cute little burlap bags my mom got us, and so I thought, since they're kind of cute looking, I wanted to keep them up by the house. So and then this double shepherd's hook, the bird feeders will go away, and then we'll have a hummingbird feeder, and then a hanging basket. So, and then we'll see about this. This is Rose of Sharon. So if anybody's ever seen that, it's like a big, huge bush, basically. So those are 3 cuttings, and we actually took those from my grandma's house in Wisconsin. So we took a bunch and tried to propagate them, and those 3 survived. So I'm hoping that they hang on. They have roots, but they're little babies, and so we're just leaving them in a pot for now until they get really super strong and big before we plant them in the ground, because they're very, very little at the moment. But yeah, we tilled up this whole area and then mulched it. And then also, you won't see right now, but I wanted to throw some seeds in here too. And so we used the top lid of a rain barrel, so it was a circle. So I made a bunch of circles kind of peppered throughout here and planted like zinnia seeds, and then I got a mix of some annual seeds, so they're kind of peppered throughout. So hopefully those seeds come up. So we try to do a pretty thin layer of mulch, and then I made a big like rainbow arc here. This common milkweed just happened to be here when we moved in, so we're just leaving it there for now. But this whole arc around the common milkweed, it did a bunch of fun zinnias that I had 2 summers ago that we special ordered the seeds because I really liked them. They're like a queen red lime and then a green envy. So hopefully those all come up. So the pots are kind of peppered throughout, and then there will be little clumps of flowers growing from the ground, hopefully peppered throughout. And then everything looked just so much better with the mulch. But so we mulched this whole area. Everything is looking pretty good in here. The blanket flowers, the salvia, the dusty millers, the cone flower. Look at how pretty this is. That red, so pretty. So these are both cone flowers. We filled up the pond. Need to add the pump and stuff to our fountain and get some water plants and whatnot, but for now And then we put a shepherd's hook here for another hummingbird feeder. And then our hibiscus is looking really good. The leaves are getting a little more mature looking, especially this one. So that's pretty good. So those were all, hibiscus were all from seed. Crazy. I'm gonna stop this video and go to part 2, front yard, since Instagram only lets me do 15-minute videos. So hold please.